Hello, it's very hot here, so we're doing a broadcast early in the morning before we all dissolve into a pool of water. There are some quite exciting things to tell you, really. Georgia is going to change, and I hope for the better. You're aware that over the years since we've been building the refuge here, that I can be quite tough where I think there is animal abuse, and I try to be very honest and straightforward. You'll also notice that I don't condemn the Moroccan government or the local authorities. I'm perfectly aware of the problems that everybody faces in a developing country. But you're also aware that I'm not a person who's joined groups. We have lots of groups in Morocco, save these animals, save those animals. So there's a lot of posts, but I'm more interested in doing than being involved in a group. My own experience, both in the field of mental health and when I was a barrister, was that if you operate in a group, you agree at the lowest common denominator. If you operate on your own and you're single-minded, you strive ahead for the very best, and that's what we try to do. And people will also be aware that we invested an awful lot of money in Georgia before we could even start to take the donkeys. So it isn't easy to say, oh yes, everybody come and join us. It doesn't work like that. And people must also realize that we have attracted criticism at times because we have always complied with the law, with the rules and the regulations. And that will become important in a moment when I tell you what's happening. I've had to sit on this for quite a while I've heard everybody go on about how dreadful the government is, how dreadful the local authority is, and only they can save the animals, please send me money. And we have been working very quietly, building a reputation. And we now have a draft convention that is going to the full council of the municipality of Marrakesh. And we hope that we will be joining as partners, and as well as being the rescue centre here at Georgia, we will also act as the pound for Marrakesh city municipality. I can't tell you how important this is. This hasn't happened formally with any other city in Marrakesh, and I have been truly impressed and honoured by the attitude of the people we have met in the Marrakesh Council, from the mayoress down, and their vet, Dr. Ayoub, who see what we do here and want the very best for the abandoned animals in the streets of Marrakesh. In turn, that is also good for Marrakesh itself in the face of increasing tourism. So we're in very early stages. We hope the convention will be signed, and we'd be very interested in your thoughts on that. And as we get underway, we're going to have to expand, because we will have to hold abandoned animals in one part of the I don't know what we ever need to call it, one part of our refuge, where they remain for so many days in case an owner turns up. They will then have to be assessed. They may well then become part of the long-term community here at Georgia. In turn, I think we feel very honoured that we have been approached in the way that we have been by the city municipality. And I don't want to say much more at this stage, because I don't want to break anything that is confidential at the moment. But I think what is very important, and it's important for people who come here, who come to Morocco and think, oh, we can just set up an animal charity and the government should do this for us, the government should do that for us, please send us some money. I mean, come on people, what absolute nonsense. Does the British government give money to the RSPCA? Do the British government give money to the Dogs Trust in the UK? It doesn't work like that. You have to build and work at partnerships. And what I've learnt arising out of this partnership is that the council can only partner with us under certain regulations and laws in Marrakesh. And when this is finalised, I'm happy to send some of those laws for you to see, because there are some laws in existence that will protect animals, but it's down to those who are committed to enact the laws. And I'll just give you one example now. There will be a commitment by the Marrakesh municipality that if this goes ahead, that if a equine is found being abused, they will have the powers of confiscation. Now, isn't that a step forward? And another wonderful thing that happened this week, you'll have seen the posts that we've done about the mule found in the most appalling conditions in a city north of Casablanca. And in those circumstances, the Qaid, who is the lawful representative of a particular area, intervened and ensured that the mule was effectively confiscated and came to us. I've just had messages this morning from Dakhla down on the desert, who have donkeys in distress and no one to help, and a vet who just won't do anything. Now those things in time will change. And I do believe in Marrakesh, and I don't say this with any arrogance at all. I say it with a huge thank you to the mayoress of Marrakesh. I think things in Marrakesh will lead the way, and we here at Georgia are delighted.